This evening, I return to the best place on the entire planet, Akihabara, to show everyone my favourite anime, manga, otaku stores, as well as the best place to eat in Akihabara. This is JP in Japan, number 7. We start our journey this evening at Yodabashi-Akiba, which is a Yodobashi camera branch, right outside the central exit of Akihabara Station. Heading upstairs, you can find a variety of game merch, as well as a few bits of anime merch here and there. But I kind of go here for the Switch and the PlayStation stores, but they do sell figures, Pokemon cards, and a bunch of mecha stuff if that's what you're into. So spot 2 is a place that I keep coming back to every time I come to Akihabara. So Bookoff is a second-hand store, and then upstairs they sell a huge variety of second-hand manga and light novels. They're all incredibly cheap and sometimes even more discounted than normal, and it's really worth just coming upstairs and browsing and seeing what you can find. I found some absolute gems in this store, including Mushoku Tensei, but in the colour version. I found my favourite light novels, the Bunny Girl light novels, as well as the Origairu light novels, and then a load of manga that I really wanted, including this Fruits Basket, which was only 110 yen. They also had a little section which I found where you can just buy Pokemon cards individually.
There's so much railgun in Akihabara.
Spot number 3 was a place that I really liked when I first discovered it, because it's the only place I found which actually sold Origairu merch. So downstairs you have figures and a bunch of popular stuff, but then if you head upstairs, they have a huge range of slightly less known shows selling things like t-shirts and other stickers and merch that you just can't really find for these shows anywhere, which was really fun. Now we're getting to some well-known areas. So Trader 1 is on the main street in Akihabara, and the first thing I normally do is go straight upstairs away from all of the tourists. I'm part of the problem, I know. But they do sell a good range of figures, and they have floors specifically for Shonen Jump as well. Okay, so a lot of people know of Animate. It's a really well-known store because it's probably one of the mainstream anime merch shops. They have a huge one in Ikebukuro. However, I do still enjoy going in here because they have loads of stuff for the things that are being released currently, as well as a huge collection of brand new manga for shows that are really old as well. Well, manga that's really old as well, including things like Initial D, which you can only really find here. So it's very exciting for that. I also got my favourite light novel brand new. AmiAmi is also on the main street of Akihabara, and the first thing I normally do again is just go straight upstairs. But again, it does sell a really good range of figures that you can't really find anywhere else, especially if you're into rom-coms. Now onto the main event. Coco Ichi is by far my favourite place to eat in Akihabara because the katsu curry is amazing. I always go for chicken with half spinach and half veg. After that quick intermission, it's time to get back to Trader. So this is Trader 2, where I found a game I've been looking for way cheaper than they had it elsewhere, so I got that. I had only visited this spot once before, but I did kind of enjoy it. It's really cool. There's a lot of second-hand manga in it, but the top floor is mainly things like Power Rangers and Gundam, so not things that I'm really interested in. But one of the best things is that they have a massive outdoor staircase that you can walk down, and just seeing the view is very nice. Okay, so I'm unsure whether Super Potato actually needs an introduction anymore, but it used to be a hidden gem that sells so many retro games and consoles for relatively good prices. But nowadays, so many people know of it, it's just kind of a tourist spot. It's still really enjoyable to go in and see good old Snake, as well as the variety of games they've got upstairs. As with every shop that I enter, my main goal is to go straight upstairs to the section which is Akiba culture, because, you know, I just love a good rom-com anime. So this shot was really fun because it just ended up playing endless loops of some of the best anime intros over and over and over. So you can just kind of sit there and vibe and listen to it. So enjoy. Sofmap is hard to miss, and it's kind of more of a video game store than it is an anime store, but at the top they do have some anime stuff which is worth going to see. It's kind of mainstream and the prices aren't great, but it's still worth going just because otaku culture is everywhere and you might as well go and have a look. One thing I was a bit annoyed about though was this Bunny Girl movie, which I've been really wanting to see, but it's 12,000 yen, which is like almost £70 for a Blu-ray. This is why people don't ever buy Blu-rays. It's insane how much this cost. But they did also have Mushoku Tensei, which I kind of also wanted, but there's no way I'm spending that much money. So Lashingbang is less a store and more a complex because there are so many different areas inside of the shop. They're all their own different shops, all worth going to. So the first 2 floors are Lashingbang itself, which sell a huge range of CDs, DVDs, manga, as well as figures. But then upstairs you have the kind of otaku culture game shop. I think it's called Otome. Where you can buy so much Genshin and Honkai merch, which I really loved the first time I found it. But then again, you go upstairs one more level, and you have A-Stop, which has become really popular because of Trash Taste. So I went on a little walk upstairs to see whether I could find the Trash Taste box. And yes, I could. It's still there to this day because they're trying to not sell the stuff in there so that it can stay as an exhibit. So if you're in the area, go to the top floor of Lashingbang, find the A-Stop spot, and just go find that good old Trash Taste section. It's really worth going to.
The shop is great because they just use Honkai and Genshin stickers on their signs. This is bad. I found the wallet section and there's an entire thing Honkai and Genshin.
Okay, so here we are finally in A-Stop. You may recognise this from a load of Trash Taste stuff. It has individual boxes where people hire them out and try and sell their figures that they have. So everything's independent. It's all really pretty to come and have a look at, especially if you love looking at figures. And here is that Trash Taste box that I was on about.
Closing now. I guess that's what I get for being here on a weekday.
So there are actually 2 Mulan stores. This is the one that's a bit further back. There's another one on the main street of Akihabara. So I love this shop as well because it displays anime intros on a loop out the front. But this is a good shop because it stays open a bit later than other places. So if you're in Akihabara late, you can go give it a visit. Okay, so this store is an absolute gem that I've only discovered recently. So the D store sells so much amazing merch for shows that you never thought you'd be able to buy physical merch for, at least in person without having to pre-order it. Every single show on offer here has at least one t-shirt as well, which is just wild that you can just buy t-shirts.
There's so many t-shirts here. This is amazing.
I spotted some amazing Origairu, Mushoku Tensei, Demon Slayer, Evangelion, and a bunch of Gundam stuff all in this shop, as well as a little cosplay section so you can pretend to be Marin Kitagawa in real life. This shop is definitely worth coming to if you're in the area. It's a bit hard to find though.
The best place to come is the station for Genshin.
And as I was returning back to my hotel in Kashiwa, the lightning just decided to start flashing, so I had a great view of it, and then got back to my room to play my brand new Origairu game. Thanks so much for watching. I know it was another weed video, but now I can get out my system.